Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. First on the channel, we're doing a video on Rematch. Brand new game that came out recently. I think it's by Slowcap. I think that's the name of the company. The easiest way to describe this game, honestly, is basically a hybrid of Rocket League and FIFA or EAFC now. This video here, I've been grinding the last 2 weeks. Game's been out 2 weeks now. Last night I hit the top rank on this game, Elite 3 or Elite. It says Div 3, but it's just there's no divisions in it. It's just your RP starts to go up. That is the max rank you can hit on this game. There is like you can get more RP and get higher up in that division, so to speak. But it's the equivalent of being like on FIFA, being the 15 out of 15 wins on that. SSL rank on Rocket League, Challenger on League of Legends, basically the highest rank in any video game. I've achieved that within 2 weeks on Rematch. Love the game, think it's really good. This video here, I'm not going to show you loads of highlights, so I haven't been recording stuff. I am tempted to stream the game. If anyone wants to see me start streaming a bit more, stream on Twitch, do let me know. Obviously, anyone who's used to the channel, I am normally an FC content creator, former pro player on that. I will be doing lots of FC content once FC 25 launches in September, but for now I'm grinding this game and really liking it. Before I start giving you some specific tips just from things I've picked up, I'll show you some of my stats, some of the things I've been working towards, but I do genuinely highly recommend this game. Is this game perfect right now? No, definitely not. There's some issues. The network coding on it's pretty bad. The game can be quite glitchy, not always most consistent, but it's just really fun. It's very, very replayable. It's quite addictive. You can see my stats here. I've played 299 matches, so about to hit my 300th tonight. So that's in 2 weeks. So that's the games are only 6 minutes. If you're drawing though at 6 minutes, it goes into overtime, and then it's first to score. But if you go 4 goals up against someone, or you go 4 goals down, there's a mercy rule in the match, and I quite like that. But yeah, 300 games basically. I'm playing like 20 games a day, it seems, but a lot of those were very quick, unranked matches, to be fair. So I played a lot of matches. My in-game actual match time's 31 hours, so I played about 2.5 hours of in-game time a day in the game. It's pretty a lot, but not crazy. And there's people who've played way more than me. The distance travelled, I don't know if that's miles or what. Mine won't be that high because I play most of the keeper now. I win about 2/3 of my games. I'm getting MVP. There's 10 players in the game. I'm getting MVP. 1 out of 7, 8 games or something. I don't know. My attacking stats, like I said, you can see my goalkeeper time's nearly 15 hours now. About half the time I've spent on this game is in net, so I won't have a lot of goals. If you've played the game at all, there's kind of 4 main roles: keeper, defence, midfield, attack. The defence, midfield, attack, all the outfield ones are kind of interchangeable to some extent, whereas the keeper's not. You'll pretty much never ever score as a keeper. I do get a few assists. I'm pretty good at the route one balls, but the keeper, I've kind of specialised in that role. I specialised in the role halfway through playing the game. I will give some tips as the video goes on about how to like climb and move up the ranks. Some things that worked for me. One of the best tips if you really want to climb is prioritize playing keeper. Keeper is probably out of all the 4 roles, is probably the one that if you have a bad person playing it, it will affect you the most. The outfield roles you can kind of get away with having someone bad on the team, whereas if you have a bad keeper, just every shot's going to go in. The distribution will be awful. It is the worst position to have someone really bad in. Lots of passes made. That's what I'm making, nearly 10 passes a game. As you can see, don't really shoot that often because I'm playing in net. Goalkeeper says 15 hours. Can't be asked doing the maths on that. I make a lot of interceptions. Player card. This is just cosmetic stuff. One thing that I definitely think this game could make a big upgrade on is adding lots more cosmetics. It's decent at the moment, but it really could be a lot better. The avatars are okay. That's like what people could see in certain bits. I like these titles, but it doesn't actually, unless I'm missing something, tell you how to get any of the titles. So There's definitely the game for a game that's just launched. The main thing you want really is good gameplay. The gameplay is amazing, and when it works, but there's a lot of things that could be fixed to improve this game quickly. Now the storage stuff is all right. It feels pretty reasonable. The season pass is pretty good. Now for some general tips I'm going to help you improve. This is from someone who's played a lot of games. I've been in a lot of lobbies with a lot of high level people. In terms of me getting to Elite, I mostly played with Jambu, who a lot of you will know, one of my best friends, and then another one of my best friends, Sam. We played as a free player, but it's ranked 5v5. We never had a consistent 5 stack at all, which definitely made it harder, and I barely touched the beta. If I'd have played the beta and then had a consistent 5 stack, I reckon I'd have got to Elite a lot quicker. I don't think there'll be many people who've got to Elite without doing those things. Some tips, some general ones. If you play Keeper and you can get good at it, and you're queuing solo, that'll be the easiest way to climb in terms of any position. Then I'd say midfield's pretty important because midfield you can do defense, attack, a bit of everything. I honestly think the position that's going to be the hardest to climb in, unless you're really, really good at it, but you're climbing any position being really good, is attack because everyone in solo play. I've played quite a few solo games. They just want to attack. Other general tips, things like getting a 5 stack, people that you play with regularly, that's going to help. What I will say though is, when I queue as a 5-man team, the matchmaking and the teams we match, naturally because you get to other match-made 5-stack teams, is insanely harder than if I solo queue. But then solo queue, it's just a complete lottery if you're going to match against. Attack, some tips for that. Definitely work on your aim. I think the free play is pretty decent. I don't play as an attacker, but I've seen some stuff that attackers do. One thing that'll work quite well in lower elos, do a lob pass against the wall and then just head it into the net. Obviously, I was a bit too close there, but you can do this from certain angles. You can do it like there. Just have to do it off the wall. It works better, honestly, though, as a header. The header just seems a bit quicker, a bit harder to stop. I'm not going to go over all the techie stuff. There'll be lots of videos doing that. The swerve's pretty good. Another thing as a keeper that I think works well is people like go across goal. You always think they're going to shoot across goal, and then they just shoot near post. It's a lot harder to save, in my opinion. There's loads of stuff about that, but shooting is probably the most important thing for an attacker. Working the free play thing. Obviously, there's a big difference between going into free play and actually doing it in a game. But if you can get your muscle memory down in this, it's going to make a big difference, in my opinion, when it comes to actual in-game. For attacker, I think every position's important in terms of the team play on this. Attackers need to press as well. I find a lot of the time attackers just goalie hang. If you are not pressing, making it hard for their keeper and last defender, making them make mistakes, you're going to be a liability to your team. So that is definitely something to bear in mind. Everyone needs to press, and a good organised team will press well. In the highest lobbies that I've played in, the Master and Elite lobbies, there is no time on the ball. Everyone is marked, and it's really hard to find space. Don't just spam tricks. There are some really good techie dribbling techniques you can do where you just burst past people. That can be really good. But a lot of the tricks, rainbow flicks, roulette stuff, don't actually work the higher up you go. So don't start trying to spam those. Unless something changes, they're not that good. The good players just know how to defend it. Another thing, just passing is really important. For midfielders, it's somewhat similar to attack. You just need to be ready to track back. Sometimes you're going to have to rotate men, be ready to counter. For defenders, R1 square on PlayStation, the lob header is, in my opinion, generally the best way to win aerial balls. If you do not win aerial balls and attackers just get them, you're going to massively screw your keeper over. Aerial balls the higher up you go are one of the best ways to get easy goals. Volleys are really hard to save. Using extra effort. When I started playing, I just used extra effort the second it was off cooldown. Do not do that. Extra effort's really powerful. It makes your shots 20% more powerful. You can catch people out with it. You can do better volleys. You're more likely to win contested stuff. It is really hard if someone's got extra effort and you don't to beat them in 50-50s. Don't dive in on tackles unless you're certain. If you commit, especially to a slide, and you miss it, a good dribbler, they're just going to get past you. Don't just burn stamina. And the obvious thing is just tracking. And then for keepers, some of the main things I'd say is if you're getting blocked when you try to distribute the ball, do a lob throw. It's very hard for people to read that. Make sure, by the way, if you're an outfielder, you give your keeper time and an option. Keepers, can hear my kids outside there. Keepers, if they're just marking everyone and you've got time, just run out and be willing to do a long ball. One thing that helped me is when I stopped diving really early. At the first start, before you start seeing the pads, you might dive early. And if you're certain someone's going to shoot somewhere, you can dive early. But the higher up you go, the more people mix up the shots, and you're going to have to react to stuff. Holding the L2 button on PlayStation, LT on Xbox, I think it's control on keyboard and mouse, and putting you in the keeper stance is going to make it a lot easier to save a lot of stuff. Be willing to run out. You get a lot of speed boost as a keeper. There are a lot of things you can do that are going to make the game a lot easier for you. If anyone likes this type of video and wants to see me do more specific guides on the game, please do let me know. As always, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Keep it spicy. I hope to see you guys next one. Peace.